Hello, everybody. I'm going to give it a minute for people to trickle in. Yes. Let's get that number up. So good to see all of you. Yay! Hey. Last time I did this from further away, so I couldn't read the comments. So I wanted to be able to read what y'all are saying, because now that I come to these concerts and I watch them, I realize the real action is going on in the chat room. So, yeah, that's why I'm a lot closer today. So if you guys have requests or anything to say, pop it in, and I'll try and be a little bit more like Chris in terms of interacting throughout the show. Anyway, all right, it's a little after 6, so I might get going. Yeah, it's just me today. And I thought I would play you guys some older stuff I really like that doesn't get as much love, as well as some new stuff that we're about to put out on our new Fever Dolls album, which is coming out, if not later this summer, then in the fall. And I'm really excited about it. And we'll be inundating all her music-related social media accounts to hype it up when it happens, so don't hate me when that time comes. Anyway, this first one is called Open Up and Ready for More, and it's a new one. Yeah, so I'm tinkering with it, but, it felt like the vibe of the show. So happy June, happy Pride, happy to be alive, happy to not be in North Carolina with a bunch of assholes right now. So this one goes like this. Oh, we'll blame it on duress. Believers are perplexed. Annie says she's taking him back. Oh, she tried a simpler way for a week and a day, but she was going insane from that. With Blaney dressed in black, took my heart until the gods take it back. I'll be waiting like a ship on the water for you to send me up a signal, and I'll pull in your harbor. So Annie, darling, come on over. I got something I've been wanting to show you, Mr. Bold and Prophetic. Open up and ready for more. When he's occupied with a man who's stock comprised, the chances that she took to the top. Now she's directing on the coast, throwing back cause she knows he was hiding every call he got. If these walls could talk, I bet they'd tell me every heartbreaking plot. So Annie, if you're looking for a love connection, hell, if you had enough of any dozen deceptions, then Annie, honey, get the lock on the door and pour that money out all over the floor and keep on holding me steady. I'm open up and ready for more. Well, I'm open up and ready for more. I got a feeling I never felt before. I think it's love, but can't tell for sure. You think it's misunderstanding, but you're coming in for landing, cause you think it's your final shot. We got two hands and that's a lot. If we don't use them, baby, we're gonna lose what we got. When he seems to find me every single night, the neighbors say we're waking them up. Always sounding out the part, singing out from the heart. When we found us, we were making love on Annie's bearskin rug, taking care to let the damn train shove. So chalk it up to providence or self-delusion. Talk about the confidence of not even choosing. Annie, darling, come on over. I got something I've been wanting to show you, Mr. Bold and Prophetic. Open up and ready for more. Well, I'm open up and ready for more. I got a feeling I never felt before. I think it's love, but can't tell for sure. You think I'm overreacting? Just say I'm on if I'm asking, 'cause you think it's your final shot. But we got two hands and that's a lot. We don't use them, baby, we're gonna lose what we got. We don't use them, baby, we're gonna lose what we got. Yeah, right now that one is called Open Up and Ready for More. Yeah. Now that the ice has been broken, I'm a lot less nervous. So good to be here. You guys are all so amazing. Thank you for being so supportive. It's extremely felt. I know that my manager wants to make a plug that we just got test pressings for the vinyl that we're going to release ASAP. It is our EP and every single that we've released so far. So call it like a career retrospective or whatever. But it sounds really, really good. Actually, it's because we haven't been touring or playing shows this past year. It's the first time I've listened to those songs in a really long time. Which is a weird experience because unfortunately I tend to release songs and then it's not a very artistic thing to do, but I sort of like judge their value based on their reaction. So I just assume that the ones that people like or that end up being a little bit more popular are the good ones, and the ones that kind of get lost in the shuffle are the bad ones. But obviously that is an oversimplification. So in listening to this test pressing, I discovered a couple of the other ones that I like maybe have neglected, I guess, but they're pretty good too. Anyway, I'm going to play a couple. This one was the opener for our EP that we put out last year. It's called Madonna. And it goes like this. You don't have to say you love me. You don't have to say you don't. You don't have to say you want me, but you're better alone. You don't have to be a beggar. You don't have to be the boss. You don't have to stay together when your feeling's lost. You don't have to be Madonna to sing me that song again. 'Cause I never thought I'd walk down the hall where you live. Hear you pleading, come and take off the clothes you're in. 'Cause I never thought I'd have such a wonderful friend. You don't have to be from Memphis. You don't have to be from Maine. You don't have to drive a Lexus or a woman insane. You don't have to run for mayor. You don't have to run from cops. You You don't have to run a Fortune 5 straight to the top. You don't have to be Madonna to sing me that song again. 'Cause I never thought I'd walk down the hall where you live, hear you pleading, come here, take off the clothes you're in. 'Cause I never thought I'd have such a wonderful friend. You don't have to be a sinner. You don't have to be a saint. You don't have to eat your dinner, but you paid for your plate. You don't have to run for mayor. You don't have to run for cops. You don't have to run a Fortune 5 straight to the top. You don't have to be Madonna to sing me that song again. 'Cause I never thought I'd walk down the hall where you live and hear you pleading, come and take off the clothes you're in. 'Cause I never thought I'd have such a wonderful friend. 'Cause I never thought I'd have such a wonderful friend. 'Cause I never thought I'd have such a wonderful friend. Thank you. I figured because this was the setting that it is, that this would be a good time to play a couple softer songs, because at the level that this band is at, whenever we play live, we're usually opening, and again, I'm recalling the world a year and a half ago, and we're playing our first live show at the end of the month, and I'll plug that later. But the point is, when we play live, we're usually opening for somebody, and we're usually playing for a crowd that does not know our music. So unfortunately, the feeling ends up being, let's just play the rock songs, because if they don't know them, at least they can like move to them, and that'll be more fun than sitting around and listening to a ballad that you don't know. So then a lot of these songs that I think are really good, they just don't get any love. So if you'll indulge me, I would like to play a couple. This one is called Mrs. Carver. It goes, Mrs. Carver of West Virginia, sole survivor of the quest to end ya, left behind her a letter to find. Said, I'm not coming to California, and I took the car, so I should probably warn ya, I left to find her and weather the tide. She says, blame it on the rolling dice, but when you touched me, I was cold as ice. She says, blame it on the country songs, the ones that made you think we don't belong. Take another over under for the souls we've wronged. Mrs. Carver of West Virginia, second daughter of a prominent fixture, pride of Harvard and blight of the Bay. Son of silver with a touch for fiction, rushed to print now in the 5th edition, trying harder, but can't write 'em the same. He says blame it on the whiskey, babe, pain of all the bills we paid. He says blame it on the pressure applied, try to get some rest tonight. Take a double to spare the trouble of getting it right. Mrs. Carver of West Virginia, who broke your heart and took the best within ya, left behind her a letter to find. Said I could paint you a perfect picture, my right to name you with the worst offenders, but the memory of her is getting better with time. Like when we drove across the borderline, said we'd play a different role tonight. For all the losers when the game let out, said they counted on it raining out. Sorry. Tell the soldier to come on over and let it all out. That might be the first live performance of that song in this band's history. This band, he says, sitting alone in a room. Yeah, so I saw a mention to the lamp. Unplanned, but I'm glad I kept that streak going. That was one of my favorite things in the last show, was accidentally being a part of the crew with, I think it was a pig mask lamp. Anyway, yeah, there's my lamp. So you see I belong. Yeah, that's it for my personality. This next one is called Death Comes for Good Sons. So the story on this song is that I'm a huge fan of the Zucker brothers movies, like Naked Gun and Airplane. And they had a movie in the 80s called Top Secret with Val Kilmer, and he's playing it's like a parody of Elvis movies, and Val Kilmer plays like an Elvis character who's like undercover for the CIA in the Soviet Union. There's an amazing scene where he sings Tutti Frutti by Little Richard, and he does this like ridiculous like barroom dance, striking the rug. That's right. And I thought it was like the funniest scene ever. So for years I was advocating that we do a music video that was like a direct parody of this scene. And basically the response from everybody else in the band was always, you got to write a 50s rock song if you want to make a video like that. So I did this one. This is my 50s rock song, written solely to accommodate a music video that we didn't even get to make because the pandemic hit right when we finished the record. And now we got a new album in the works, so it doesn't really make sense to go back and make a video for an old song. But, well, whatever. Anyway, you guys listen to it, and you'll tell me, like, hey, yeah, Val Kilmer music video still makes sense, and, you know, maybe I'll make it a priority. This one is called Death Comes for Good Sons. Oh, way down South 87 in a one-lane town, Daddy's getting in a shit with another commuter, and he's working out a fix that'll settle it sooner. Well, who'd have thought a roadside feud would turn from nothing to that? So don't sell if your mother should ask. Death comes for good sons, so bet on the bet. Oh, full stop. At the car and Daddy cold cocks. A little harder and it warrants an investigation. And they haul him upstate with a life conviction and tell him it's the price that you're paying, but he smiles and laughs. You can say what you want about that. Death comes for good sons, so bet on the bet. Born under a false sign, drunk at the wrong times, walking like a living proof. Why you say death comes for good sons and not for you. Death comes for good sons and not for you. Oh, hey, child, debts are gonna make you wait a while. Sex is gonna make you look at him like you're meant to. When he tells you all the things that he wants to tell you and helps you get a handle on forgetting the sins of your past. And now you act how you wanted to act. Death comes for good sons, so bet on the bet. Born under a false sign, drunk at the wrong times, walking like a living proof. Why you say death comes for good sons and not for you. Death comes for good sons. Death comes for good sons. Death comes for good sons and not for you. Could you imagine me dancing like that? I'm no Val Kilmer, at least in the 80s looks department. But the last I heard from Val Kilmer, he had some very questionable things to say about science and medicine. So likely he was pretty disappointing this past year. Let's leave our memories squarely in the top secret 1980s Val Kilmer realm. Before I did this, I sent out a solicitation for requests, and everybody was super amazing, and they sent me a ton of requests and cover requests, and a lot of them I didn't know, so I will keep them on the back burner for the future. But I tried to learn a couple of songs that I did know. And there were a couple of requests for a Springsteen song. So this is a Springsteen song that I like a lot. I mean, I like them all, but let me get into this chat real quick. Good song, more current than 50s-ish. I'll take it. What was the inspo behind The Distance? I'll say this really quickly. But The Distance was one of these songs where when you are a songwriter, or I'm sure a writer of many different mediums. Sorry, I saw a sun coming in as a glare. I'm like constantly writing down ideas, which usually live in my voice memos on my phone, and usually don't get consulted because the ideas are really good. You just write it right there, and you don't need to kind of file it away. And The Distance is a song that I actually started writing on the banjo, and found it like 6 months later on one of these like voice memos or videos that I just taken on myself to take down an idea. And I was like, what the hell? That's a great idea. Why didn't you finish that song? So then I started writing it, and had this like kind of weird idea to write like an anthemic rock song, but kind of as a critique of mass shootings, which are always a problem, but were particularly a problem at that time. So that's where some of those wonkier lyrics come from. Anyway, on that positive note, this is my Springsteen cover. Well, I stood stone like at midnight, suspended in my masquerade, and I combed my hair till it was just right, and commanded the night brigade. Well, I was open to pain and crossed by the rain, and I walked with a crooked crutch. Well, I stood all alone in a fallout zone. I came out with my soul untouched. I stood in the crowded wrath of the crowd when they said sit down. I stood up. Ooh, growing up. The flag of piracy flew from my mast. My sails were set wing to wing. I had a jukebox graduate for first mate. He couldn't dance, but he sure could sing. I flew B-52s and bombed them with the blues, with my gear set stubborn on standing. Well, I broke all the rules, strapped my own high school. I never once gave thought to landing. I stood in the crowded wrath of the crowd when they said sit down. I stood up. Ooh, growing up. I took month-long vacations in the stratosphere, and they say it's really hard to hold your breath. Swore I lost everything I'd ever loved to fear. I was a cosmic kid in short costume dress, and my feet, they finally found a root in the earth, and I got me a place in the stars. And I swear I got the universe in the engine of an old parked car. I stood in the crowded wrath of the crowd when they said sit down. I threw up. Ooh, growing up. Ooh, growing up. Never quite figured out how to end it, so there you go. Yeah. Horse said that I have a Venmo, which is a huge shout out. Thank you very much. Yeah, if you like what you're hearing, I do have some dates on the East Coast that I need to sort of be able to get to. So if you like what you're hearing, my Venmo is at Fever Dolls. And if you don't like what you're hearing, it's the same handle. So you can charge me there, and I'll probably send you back one of these emojis. Okay, I don't have the confidence for that. I would probably give you money, honestly. And yep. Moving along. Trying to think what I should play next. I think I should probably tune. I remember watching one of these shows with Chris, and he said that the B string, that guy is the hardest string to keep in tune. And I disagree. I think it's the G string. But we'll fight it out later. Yeah, keep having it tuned. See, you might have noticed this guitar is covered in tape. She's seen a lot of love, and now she sounds like a rocking chair when I play her. Just always creaking, just sounding like a mess. But I have done the tape. I've done absolutely everything I can to keep it together because I think that this is a very special guitar. One thing that I do is I tune a whole step down. So it means that I got to stop in tune a lot more than other people. So sue me. All right, this one is called Worst Days. This is a song I'm really proud of and have tried to record a number of times, but I just can't. It just never comes out right whenever we try to record it. I think it's because it's deceptively really simple, and I'm always trying to do too much, but it goes. It's Worst Days. Well, Janie. That's right. Janie's. Sorry, I'm mixing up verses here. But you're getting the full Monty. You're getting the full treatment. Janie's got a right to complain, and she's tired. Sorry, I'm going to do that again. Also, this fell out. All right, trying that again. Janie's got a right to complain, and she tells me every single day that she's tired of bending over for the minimum wage, tired of taking half the rate that the manager makes. Yeah, but Janie, what's your claim to the pie? If it's repression, baby, get in line. The systemic effects, the capitalistic mess of our time. Baby, you ain't trying, you're lying, you're weeping, but you're fine. You're sleeping on the job and you're leaving all behind. And Janie pours herself a cup. Says her doctor told her drink it up. So when the tests come back and tell us that we're shit out of luck, we could toast to God and growing up and all the odds we now confront. But if I told you I was scared of losing you, would you pray like Jesus told us to? Would you pray that St. Peter let these hedonists through? Cause I'd pray for you, I'd pray that the talk is true, but the writing on the wall said the martyr's gotta lose. And where do you go to, my love, when the angels you once prayed would stay, you've flown back up above? Says I pray for the rest, and if my best ain't good enough, well then I'll rest assured my worst days are yet to come. I'm laughing at John the Fisherman's comment about the full Monty, and then Patty's response calling him John Thomas. I don't know if it's Thomas, just made that up. Preacher says I'm out of control, but I'm breaking hearts just to break my fall. Then it's the devil at my steps, or what the government calls the genetic predispositions mass addiction can cause. Like this woman he knew from Hudson Bay, cut her wrist to take the pain away, left the mistress in the kitchen and the kids with the maid, and laid awake until she just couldn't take it, and she locked the door so the cops couldn't break it. And where do you go to, my love, when the angels you once prayed would stay, you've flown back up above? Says I pray for the rest, and if my best ain't good enough, well then I'll rest assured my worst days are yet to come. Kentucky put a tune on my lips, and on all the boys that came to shake their hips. And it's the standard definition of tradition dismissed. Start a band and try to break past all the plans that pre-exist. And I got millions in what I call my potential bank. And all the girls that guard the vaults call themselves my potential dates. And they ask how many hearts I could potentially break. Well, if I kept my pace as steady as a balustrade, then I'd break about as many as you calculate. And where do you go to, my love, when the angels you once prayed would stay flown back up? But as I pray for the rest, and if my best ain't good enough, oh, then I'll rest assured my worst days are yet to come. Oh, and I'll rest assured my worst days are yet to come. Oh, and I'll rest assured my worst days are yet to come. All right, I want to, you guys are typing so much, and I know you're mostly saying hello to each other, which is so sweet. I love this family. I love this herd. Oh my God. You guys are just amazing. Alexa, you're so sweet. Thank you.
That's all right. Really nice.
Oh. Thanks. All right, I won't do that again. All right, what am I going to play next? When I went to summer camp when I was 10 years old, I had this idea that I would that the way to break the ice and sort of get people to like me was to lie. So I lied, and I told everybody that I played Bam Bam in the Flintstones movie. And within about a day, I was the most popular kid at summer camp. And then a rival summer camp put on a production of Little Shop of Horrors, and they came to our camp and they asked me to be in it with no acting experience because they believed this lie that I had been Bam Bam in the Flintstones movie. This was obviously before kids were sneaking cell phones into summer camp and could obviously confirm or deny that in 5 seconds. Anyway, I also played this song at the camp talent show that summer. Well, if I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I'd look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give and never think of myself. If I gave you time to change my mind, I'd find a way to leave the past behind. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I'd look to find the reason to believe. if I listened long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied, straight-faced while I cried, still I'd look to find a reason to believe. Did I play that song just to tell you that story about summer camp? Maybe. Can you do a song from Little Shop next? Yes. Oh man, what would I do? Yeah, so they made me Seymour, but I would have loved to have done the dentist part and do that Steve Martin bit. But, you know, Broadway will have to come calling. I never got the chance at summer camp. Okay. Yeah, I did do the Little Shop gig. They were none the wiser. But then I couldn't go back to the same summer camp the next summer. Because obvious reasons. The dentist is the best part. Although, let's be honest, the plant is pretty good too. All that Feed Me Seymour stuff. Okay. This is also going to be on our new record. It's a song about unrequited love. And for the longest time in my life, I thought that I was really well adjusted. I only let myself fall in safe situations when I knew it was reciprocated. But then I grew up and became a mature adult, and suddenly I dealt with some unrequited love. So I wrote this song. It's called Jonah. And it's a little bit different. It goes. Jonah, you're my kind of lover. I'd like to know you, but you're never around. Jonah, there's a cloud that I'm under, but you make it all just fade away. Bring the sunlight out. Jonah, awake when I'm sleeping. I'd like to know you, but you're somewhere else. Jonah, I was scared of believing, but you make it all just fade away when you love so well. Jonah, I'm asking, 'cause I know they won't last, and if it all just fades, then I won't waste a day. Jonah, you're away when I'm calling. I tried to phone you, but you're never alone. Jonah, you laugh when I'm crying. You make it all just fade away when you come back home. Jonah, I'm asking, 'cause I know they won't last, and if it all just fades, then I won't waste today. today. Jonah, believe me that I know they just don't need me. And if it all just fades away, if it all just fades away, and if it all just fades, then I won't waste a day. All right, only got a few more. Thank you guys for hanging out. I should mention our first show back in person is going to be at the end of the month, June 26th in Burlington. It's going to be awesome. I can guarantee it will be the best show that we have ever played in our entire lives. So if you're overdue, if you're on the East Coast, of course, you're overdue for like a bed and breakfast kind of weekend, or you just need to get up to Vermont, let this be your excuse. This is going to be an amazing show. 626. Keep it in mind. Yeah. All right. Keep playing music. So that's what you guys are here for. This is one of my earliest attempts to write like a political song. It is called The Bayou, and it is both the only song I've ever written in 3/4 timing for the music nerds, and also the only song I've ever written in the Lorenz Hart, Richard Rodgers style of songwriting, where you put the same word at the end of every line. So that's useless information. This one's called The Bayou. It goes. Katie had plans, but there ain't no chance in the bayou. Turned 18, now that's 6 months clean in the bayou. Government came to take them away from the bayou. So the ones that stay will be washed to their graves with the bayou. So won't you tell me I'm lost when I lie to you? Tell me good thoughts are gonna carry us through, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight fire, take it out, sing it till it, bring it down to the wire, shake it off and go start anew. Shake it off and go start anew. Shake it off and go start anew. Katie left home and made the trek all alone from the bayou. Houston's cold to the summers that we know in the bayou. But her old man drinks, and at night she still thinks of the bayou. Yeah, and the cities got saved, but they never made the grade in the bayou. So won't you tell me I'm lost when I lie to you? Tell me good thoughts are gonna carry us through, and I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fight fire, take it out, sing it till it, bring it down to the wire, shake it off and go start anew. Yeah, shake it off, go start anew. Shake it off, go start anew. I think I'm seeing some plotting to get to that Burlington show. Yes. If anybody from the herd comes to the Burlington show, there will be something special for you. That is a promise. Signed, sealed, and delivered tonight. Well, delivered on the 26th, but signed and sealed tonight. Well, I turned the radio off. I played the message back and waited for the static to stop. She said she's had it with the love that we've got. In this manic disconnect of expectations we've brought. Well, I guess we're older now. I guess we're older than the summer when we drove to my hometown to see one. Sorry, I'm gonna do that verse again. Well, I guess we're older now. I guess we're older than the summer when we drove to my hometown to see my sister laid into the ground. We drank to calm us down, said she felt like praying, but we didn't know how. And if you sing, I'll sing along. And if you're leaving now, you're leaving out your lover's arms. Raise a glass to Casey Jones and the days past and the fates unknown when we lay awake playing our favorite songs. From dusk to dawn, from dusk to dawn. And he makes the first line of attack. He drives his dagger down in her direction, but she cuts him right back. Says you could dance, well I expected that. When you kept all that I gave and took the rest of what I had. If you sing, I'll sing along. If you're leaving now, you're leaving out your lover's arms. Raise a glass to Casey Jones and the days past and the fates unknown when we lay awake playing our favorite songs. From dusk to dawn, from dusk to dawn, from dusk to dawn, from dusk to dawn. You say it's late in the game, and I say it's darkest just before the sun replaces the rain. You say the meaning of our words is the same, and it's only divergent expectation to blame. If you sing, I'll sing along. And if you're leaving now, you're leaving out your lover's arms. Raise a glass to Casey Jones and the days are past and the fates unknown when we lay awake playing our favorite songs. From dusk to dawn, 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 from dusk to dawn. All right. All right, we're coming up on an hour. I think I got one more. Thank you all. You guys are amazing. This is beyond amazing. It's a strange experience to prepare for a show alone and then just do it, but it is kind of nice. Honestly, there's something frustrating about playing shows and then you sound check and then right before you do the show you got to go out into a club with blaring house music and shout at the top of your lungs and make like BS conversation with the other bands on the bill kind of a thing. And then by the time you get up and sing, it's like your voice is completely gone. So this was a nice change of pace. It's always a nice change of pace. It's always amazing to be here with the herd. Thank you to the herd, everybody I've spoken to directly and everybody I haven't. And of course to the horse whisperer. All right, the last song I'm going to do is called Go Down Easy. So this is like my attempt to write just like a pure love song, not like a we're in love, but we're so messed up kind of a song, which like tends to dominate these genres. This is just like about being in love, which as I've gotten older, I've started to appreciate a little bit more. And I probably wouldn't have written a song like this when I was younger, but you know, that's why I'm now younger. So it goes like this. People say I play the clown, you'll play the sucker trying to wrangle me down. But our younger days mean nothing now. And anyway, you ain't a saint anyhow. And I ain't too proud to counter offer, 'cause I'm like my father, you're like a double shot of Tennessee whiskey. 'Cause you come on strong, but you go down easy. And I ain't the kind to make a show, buy you roses or to beg when you go. But I speak my mind, and this I know, your love ain't your limit, but the distance you grow. And I guess that I could take you farther, prove I work harder, if you hold me tight and tell me you need me. And you come on strong, 'cause you go down easy. Go down easy, and you go down right. You gotta hold on me, baby, believe me when I say this time, that when a race is run, or when our best looking days are done, I maintain whatever comes. My heart, you still be second to none. Rich or poor, thinner or fatter, it doesn't matter. I don't just love your present body, believe me. So come on strong, 'cause you go down easy. You've said you're prone to problem drinkers, stumped overthinkers. If I'm just your puzzle, then come and complete me. Come on strong, 'cause you go down easy. How do you like that for timing? 59 minutes and 40 seconds. You guys are amazing. I will do this absolutely anytime that you want me to. Hope to see some of you guys at that show on 6/26. If you liked what you saw, my Venmo is at Fever Dolls, one word. And I will see you guys at the next Herd Music TV event. All right. Love, love, love you all. Bye.